loud enough? Is that? Oh, lovely to see you, Bill. A few of us have alarms set at a certain time every morning and remembering to hold our Bill in the light. Well, do you? I hope so. Honest to God, that's what I see. That's what I hope or want to see. Hi, and you have the blessing of the sun on you. So
Yes, I do.
that means you'll be speaking in tongues this morning for us. Okay, good morning, beautiful ones, beautiful community. Everybody has a program. Does everyone have a bit of paper and a marker on their chair? And if people come in late, make sure they get a bit of paper and a marker, please. I want to talk to you just for a minute about my intention for this day. Last week was a really fun Sunday, right? We had joy. Well, that's what it felt like to me. We honored our beloved Larry, and that was so fun. I know I'm not the only one who had song. I had Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy in my head yesterday. So those songs, and Larry said he had Cheek to Cheek.
Oh, I had an ear for a whole week.
Yeah. Which one did you have? That's why it's coming back tomorrow. All right. It seems to me that it's time for us to do what we can to really conjure the spirit of peace. It's been a year, right? It's been a heck of a year. It's been several years in terms of other countries besides the Middle East. Ukraine, we cried in 2022, and we're still crying. And then almost a year ago now came the unspeakable events of October 7th. And I find the word unspeakable just always in my mind, unspeakable. For things that you saw that you can't unsee, or words we've heard that we can't unhear. So that's why I took so seriously that course, Sharon Salzberg's Equanimity, and studied that and tried to encapsulate that and bring it to you. We still have on the back table some of the handouts from that. I would be happy to make more, but remembering equanimity, that the nugget, the essence is that there is the good thing and there's the bad thing, and they're both there, and we have to live with them both. We have to accept them both and not fall to pieces. So remembering one of the stories that she told in that course, she talks about the family where there's a mother and daughter. The mother was a teacher at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School on Valentine's Day of 2018, when 17 people were murdered and others were wounded. And that woman's daughter, the woman was not wounded. Her daughter had graduated 20 years before. So a few years after that, Sharon Salzberg was giving a teaching, like a meditation class, a mindfulness teaching down there. Most of those teachers have become very activist people in the helping people who have been victimized and traumatized so deeply. And the daughter spoke and said, I'm getting so much out of this. This is a really good experience for me. But I can't help but remember that it wouldn't even be happening if the horrible thing hadn't happened. So what do you do with that? How do I get past that? She says to Sharon Salzberg. And Sharon Salzberg says, I don't think you do get past that. You just have to learn to hold them both. So today I want to revisit that a little bit, but also maybe just give us some new, maybe there'll be some one thing out of today that you can carry with you as we go in the next few days, the next few weeks, months, years. We won't be observing 1 year since the horrors of the Middle East because on October 6th, beloved Janet will be doing her celebration about mental health. She did it recently at the Circle of Miracles, and she's feeling better, by the way. Is she here? She's feeling better. And she'll be doing that October 6th, which is also within the days of awe. So Rosh Hashanah will have begun the October 2nd, 3rd, 4th in there. And Yom Kippur is about 10 days later. So we're in the midst of the Jewish holidays at that time. So the 13th of October, we'll be talking about the Jewish holidays. So we won't have a anniversary observance of those horrors. So today, I want today to be, for us to experience peacefulness. There are lots of different sources, including Dave, who just came in with Doggy. Is this new Doggy, Dave? Oh, that's the best. Watson? I got a grandson named Watson. Welcome, Watson. Nancy's not here today because she is supporting a friend. She is? Oh, there you are. I was going to say you were going to see a friend who's speaking at the Unitarian Church. Okay, so there you are. Good. Love to see you. Make sure you sit down in a chair that's got a marker and a little piece of paper on it. We will have some sort of contemplative time here. I feel we need to nurture whatever feeling of peace we can create inside ourselves, and then take it away with you. Take it away into your family, your larger family, your thing you've had with your neighbor for years and years. Take it into let's face it, we're all thinking about the election. Some of us are rejuvenated. I know I didn't realize how kind of down, really down, I suppose, in a feeling of dread up until July 21st. And until it changed, I didn't realize where I had been. So I do have great hope. But we got to take it all together. So let's start creating a quiet place. We have a soft version of Imagine dedicated when the war in Ukraine began. And this is Julian Lennon with acoustic guitar. So we're set up in this weird way just so everybody can see the TV without having to do 180 with your head. Hello, babies. Peace to you too. Peace be with you, babies.
2, 3, 4. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living a life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will.
Beautiful. Thank you. That was like a prayer. All of you had your eyes closed. Beautiful. Here's a prayer written by a nun who spent her life as a Benedictine nun, Joan Chittister, also a writer. Maybe some of you know her. She's someone I admire. Great God, give us the strength it takes to listen rather than to judge, to trust rather than to fear, to try again and again to make peace even when peace eludes us. I don't know why I am responding like this, but we ask, oh God, for the grace to be our best selves. We ask for the vision to be builders of the human community rather than its destroyers. We ask for the humility as a people to understand the fears and hopes of other peoples. So join me now in saying our credo, these words we live by. We live a life by love transformed, by spirit empowered, by creative imagination guided, in peace with all. Who will light the peace candle for us today?
Peace is not easy. Peace is not perfect. There's good peace and there's good trouble. The best way to have real peace is to think and act with a pure heart. You can't go wrong.
Thank you. We're here in the peaceable kingdom where all the creatures are welcome. How about announcements? Are there any brief announcements? I've got one. Since I've got the microphone, I'll just go with it quick. The Peace Center, I think they're the best. You all remember when Margie and Danny Thomas were here last year, but we're contemplating a contribution, a significant one from Pebble for part of their peace programs. And I'm going to be putting some information on the bulletin board about the stuff they do. Peace Center in the schools, Peace Center in the community, Bullying Prevention Resource Center. It goes on and on what they do. And they're wonderful. And they may be the people that kind of do what we would do if we had the energy to do it. So since we don't have as much energy as we used to have, let's support them in what they do. So that's my little spiel. Jeff?
Well, after we had that party last Sunday with a celebration and we got our share of bald cake, we walked the grounds. So after celebration, about a dozen members walked the grounds and had a close look at the current state of the growth. Everyone agreed that something must be done to reclaim the grounds so they can be beautiful, inviting, low maintenance, of greater use, and I think spiritually uplifting. It was also agreed that our large tree line could be cleared of undergrowth for a forest, a smaller version path for forest bathing. I don't know if you heard about that. That's big in Japan, where they go in and they get into the serenity, or as we were at the Hoyt Arboretum, walking under the coastal redwoods that were over 150 foot tall, and you just get quiet. Significant deer damage was noted, and the liability of Lyme's disease also acknowledged. As a peace site, it was easy to envision creating a common sacred ground as proposed by the Tibetan monk in the model that he left us. Additional clearing can also improve the site use for any larger outdoor events, be they festivals, the peace activities, Pebble activities, or even weddings. So we're going to be looking at doing a tremendous amount of clearing up and cleaning up outside so that we have a greater, more clean and healthy environment to experience what makes Pebble a shining pebble on the hill.
Anyone else have an announcement? Does anyone else have a birthday? This one might want to come back up. Oh, announcement. That's right. That's right.
I've announced this before, but I don't know if anybody's here that hasn't been here. We are planning a home camp the week of 22nd to the 29th. If anybody hasn't been here and hasn't got the schedule or preference form, just see me afterwards.
What is the very first event? Is there something on next Sunday evening? Monday evening? Monday. Okay, and Gary will be back next week. Also, we'll welcome the autumn equinox next week. So how about birthdays? Other birthdays besides Larry's and Jim Ferraro's?
Tuesday, 17th.
The 17th, and how, can we ask how old? Wow, so 54 years ago, Larry and Jamone became parents. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Woof. Okay.
Rosalind,
All right. I don't see visitors, so we'll move on. So what am I talking about when I say, I don't know if this might want to be a little louder, ambivalence about feeling peace. So that's the thing. That's the thing that we experience all the time. When, for instance, even in grief, it happens with grief also. How can it possibly be that I just allowed myself to laugh at something when there's that war going on? You know, what kind of person laughs at something stupid like that when there was just another school shooting yesterday? So sometimes we think we're not supposed to be okay, right? It's not okay to not be anxious, right? It's not okay to not be totally preoccupied by whatever event just happened. Most of them huge and tragic. How can you watch TV and laugh at some dumb thing? You know, I even came across, and we don't have to tap, but this was a tapping meditation in the last tapping summit, and it was about peace. Let me just give you an idea of what they're saying, because it starts with that premise that I don't really feel good. I don't feel peace. I cannot arrive at a place of peace when what is happening in the world is happening in the world, or my family, or whatever it is. Even though there are things limiting my peace, I choose to honor that and accept myself and maybe anyone else who might be involved in this. You know, hint, hint, you know, the jerk that you live with or whatever. I accept it because I choose to feel that free. Part of me might say, you can imagine tapping along with this. And if you're a tappers, do it. I shouldn't feel peace. How could I possibly feel peace at a time like this? With what's going on inside of me, with what's going on in my life, with what's going on in the world. Part of me might say that a lack of peace is perfectly reasonable, maybe even obligatory. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do by experiencing this stress, experiencing this anxiety. I should feel this discomfort. And I'm processing that. I appreciate the parts of me that limit my experience of peace, believing that that's necessary, believing that that's what's appropriate. I'm also allowing myself to see it isn't entirely helpful. There's actually no way I can deprive myself of enough peace to improve anything in my life, out there with the situation. Our pain doesn't change that, right? doesn't help us. When I allow myself, so I'm still tapping, I think more clearly. I have greater freedom to take action. I can make things better. That seems like a better solution. So I choose to be open to the possibility that I can allow myself to feel more peace. The extent to which I'm not experiencing peace tends to be the extent to which I'm resisting it. So it goes on, always in a tapping meditation. You begin with the thing that's causing you difficulty and work your way through seeing it differently. I've experienced a lot of great teachings online. And again, I say this every time, but God bless all those teachers who during COVID made their wisdom available online, usually free, whatever. So just this week, there was Roshi Joan Halifax, and she's the person who, and we're going to see her on the video in a minute, just a little 6 minutes of a video. I put the name of it in there so that you can watch the whole thing. She's with Tara Brach. More of you probably know that name, who's very, very present online. Again, many, many free offerings, meditations, Dharma talks, and so on. Both have always been activists, but even more so, especially since Israel and Gaza. It's been a real dilemma for people who care about everyone. You know, what is the right position? So Tara Brach attempted, after a lot of prayer and soul searching, attempted to make a statement, I believe probably around December. And she's taught, I mean, she's went over there, has taught vast gatherings for mindfulness in Palestinian communities, Israeli communities, folks back here, folks all over the world. But there's nothing black and white about this, right? So she has done a lot of teaching. At the same time, in parallel, a lot of awareness of election issues and the importance of that. So this week, their talk was about bridging divides. And we're not going to listen to Tara today, but one of the things that she says, again, I think most of these people are trained in psychology. So she'll whip out some little brain thing, you know, which part of your brain makes us do that. But it's very, very easy to create a bad other. You know, those people over there, those others, they're wrong, first of all, because they don't see things the way I do. And it's a really short jump from wrong to bad. The bad other. So othering. And voices are coming out of the radiator. Actually, there are people who hear that and do think they're being listened to. I would love if it were a cricket. Wouldn't that be something? That's the energy of this place. Hey, we were here Friday night for pranic healing, and everybody who comes in here who's not from here talks about the energy of here. So maybe the crickets, you know, all the creatures. And remember that the native people are surrounding this place. We can't, most of us can't see them, but they are around there. And the deer are around there. Jeff, I know. The deer. They eat things. But they comment on the sacred space that this is. So I say that because I think it would be wonderful if that were crickets who decided to come to celebration. So, but, and bless them, the healers, handful of people who have learned Allison and have taught other people to do pranic healing and who offer that, you know, are making it their life's work to do that. So there's so much good. There is so much good. Just this morning, somebody said, take that good thing that just happened and write that on your brain, you know, keep the good stuff too. It's natural. There's a brain reason for the reason that you remember all the bad stuff. We do, right? I can recite to you my parents' fights from when I was a kid, you know, not funny, sad. I mean, I can to this day replay that movie. And we all do that, right? So there's something about the bad memories, but you got to plant the seeds too, you know. So all the happiness folks, or the how to endure, how to cope, people will tell you, keep and nurture those good things that happen, even tiny ones. There's 1,000 tiny ones every day. All those people that help you when you go to that treatment, all those people that see you. No, that was one of the great blessings of Christine having a heart thing when she was little. Was in the beginning we had to go to the hospital a lot and get heart things done, but I'm just sitting here thinking, if we hadn't had that, we wouldn't have encountered all these people, all the time, all the healthcare people. And then when she's in special ed, all those people, saints, okay? By the way, Mary Ann is not here because she's up to her ass in alligators. She was supposed to go to halftime at her little Montessori school. And this year she was going to cut back to halftime, but somebody quit right before the school year started up again. So she had to go one more week. So she'll be back next week. But blessings on Mary Ann and all teachers of all kinds. But, you know, we wouldn't have been as aware of all the helpers out there, you know, without a child who really did have special needs. So, hey, bless them. Joan Halifax started a hospice, the Zen Hospice in Santa Fe. And in 2005, I got to go to a thing out at Naropa that was a course on end of life. And that was my first experience of her in person. But she's someone who has worked with people at the end of life forever. And that is a place where we're going to hear where she, even in midlife, experienced we'll call it in everyday terms, a change of heart, an opening of heart. So let's watch her and bear with us a little bit. We're gonna diddle with the speed so that it goes a little more quickly. And it's supposed to start around minute 28. This is after Tara Brock will have had her part. So there she is. She used to have to shave her head. Does it work that, is it that once you reach a certain age, you don't have to have the shaved thing anymore? She always was like Pamela, yeah, but now I've just noticed in the last year. So let's listen to Joan Halifax. It's only about 6 minutes, and I'll give you a sign, Alan, when we can shut it off. Okay, so here we go. Roshi Joan.
Tara, thank you so much. I needed permission to unmute, but also in a certain way, we're together asking of ourselves and each other do we have the support to unmute our heart in the midst of so much polarization and conflict? And I think in this regard, I had a huge wake-up call when I was working many years ago in the penitentiary of New Mexico on death row and maximum security, only with men who had murdered other people, children, their parents, strangers, other gang members. I had such a powerful experience of letting go of othering, of rehumanization, of not turning away from the incredible suffering that these men had brought into the lives of others, but also the suffering that they experienced in the states of mind and heart and body and in their lived experience that had given rise to so much violence. And at this time, there was a vice president I found particularly loathsome. And it was very interesting for me to be in a state of moral dissonance where I could really touch into both the suffering and the horror of the men that I was working with and rehumanize them, see them in a wide spectrum of their lives, their deep lives, lives that were often rising out of the grave social and economic disparities in our society. But why couldn't I bring that same sensibility to our vice president of that time? And in a kind of feeling thought experiment, as I was sitting with this dissonance within me, a kind of not just cognitive, but sort of moral dissonance, I asked myself, since I'd spent so many years coming alongside dying people, if I were asked by someone to sit with this man as he was dying, would I? And of course, I said internally, yes. And when that yes came out of me, another question arose. Can I see that this man once was a baby, completely vulnerable? And of course, yes came out of me. And it was in that moment, a kind of pivot happened, which was to see his state of mind as I had experienced it in the political realm and in the social realm, to see it as suffering, just as I had seen the suffering of the men on death row with whom I'd been working. And I realized that it was a complete lack of imagination that allowed me to not see beyond my biases, beyond the kind of stereotyping that had guided much of my social and political life, where polarization, where not belonging and those who were othered, who did not belong in my in-group, were considered to be, in my or pre-conscious experience, a threat to me. And I really began to value the role of imagination as a way to look more deeply at my life and at really the lives of others. That this lack of imagination, in a certain way, as we see it today, has allowed political entities, corporate entities, educational entities, racial entities, to colonize our thinking, our feeling, our views in a way that we've allocated our imagination into others, the others that seem to hold power in our society. And in a certain way, we need to take back.
She goes on to talk more about the Buddha's teachings, but that's the essence of what I wanted to share with you. If this person were dying, would you still sit by him, pray with him, wish him well? Can you imagine your enemy as a little innocent baby or a little innocent boy who was harmed deeply by some experience. So there are doors into kindness, doors into compassion. That's why I wanted you to listen to her. We'll pass the offering baskets and listen to lovely, wonderful Simon DeVoyle in a peaceful bit of music. And then we'll have meditation with Dave.
Be peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the sun of peace to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you. La 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 la. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the sun of peace to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you. La 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 la. La 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 la. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the sun of peace to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you.
Thank you so much for your gifts. We will use them for peace in the world. Okay, now Dave DePasquale is going to lead us in a peace meditation. We'll just switch spots.
Start with a quiet moment. Just feel your body. As you breathe, breathe through what you feel. And wherever your attention is in your body, where you feel, as you breathe, let that sense expand. I breathe, I feel. Let that feeling expand to include your whole being, your whole body. I would like to work with the inner vision of color. So envision a most beautiful deep red color of ruby. Beautiful, clear, rich, filling your whole being. I breathe red. Then we notice an orange, beautiful color of orange, like the rising or setting sun. Rich and clear, that orange fills our being. Breathe and feel orange throughout your being. That orange is taking a lighter tone now towards the yellow. Beautiful sun further up in the sky. Lemon on the tree. Radiant golden yellow fills our being. Breathe and feel yellow. And moving up, vibration to the heart center. Beautiful emerald green color fills our being, fills our feeling. Beautiful, clear, rich, and deep green. Now we're moving up vibration to the color of blue, like the beautiful blue skies of today. Beautiful, clear, radiant blue fills our being as we breathe and as we feel. Beautiful blue. Now moving up to the night sky of deep indigo. Between all the stars, we see indigo in a clear night sky. Let that indigo fill your being. Breathe and feel deep, clear, and beautiful indigo throughout your being. Now moving up just above our head, there is violet, beautiful, clear and radiant violet color. And that color begins to fill all of our being as we breathe, as we feel that deep, beautiful violet color. Every cell, every molecule, every atom. Violet. Now, in the spirit of light itself, all those colors come together. And there's a brilliant white light, the inclusion of all, bar none. Let that radiant white light fill your whole being. From the center where your awareness is, outward. Beautiful, brilliant white light. As we breathe into that, what we feel of that white light, let it go well beyond your being, well beyond your aura, to fill the room, the region, the planet. Somehow part of us knows that our identity, our true identity, is closer to that. And then what's is left? Breathe into that center of your being that is peace. All that comes to me is transformed into light, into love, into life itself. Just take a moment to feel that. I am as you are, as we are, all together. Peace. Make sound together, however it wants to come out. Take a breath and see what happens. Shanti, Shanti.
Mhm. Thank you, Dave. We are so blessed, aren't we? In this community. All right, what's next? Joanne. All right, to add to the beauty so far, we have Joanne's beautiful voice. And the words to this version, it has been a week of synchronicities about the prayer of St. Francis for me. So Joanne loves this version of the prayer. So, and it's on the back of your program. If you'd like to sing along with her and Olivia Newton-John, doesn't get much better than that, does it? All righty. Instrument of Peace. I'll just. There. Use the video, the music video for Instrument of Peace.
There is hatred. Let me bring love. Where there is doubt, let me bring faith. Where there is falsehood, let me bring truth. Where there is pain, I'll comfort you. Where there is silence, let me sing praise. Where there's despair, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, let me bring sound. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. And with these words I speak, grant that I may not seek to be heard, but to hear, to be consoled, but to console, not to be seen, but to be heard, but to love. For when we give love, we will receive. When we forgive love, we find reprieve. It isn't dying, we'll be relieved. Make me an instrument of peace.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you could be here today, Joanne. All right. Now that we've had time to set our hearts, let's take your writing instrument if it hasn't rolled away. And take a few moments, we'll listen to more beautiful music and tell yourself what the peace is that you long for. What is the peace that your heart longs for? Describe it. Who's involved? What's involved? Write it all out. We can share later or not. It's up to you. Let's take some time for peaceful music and reflection here.
Love with me, love before me, love behind me, love in me, love beneath me, love above me, love on my right, love on my left. Love when I lie down, love when I arise, love when I take rest, love to shield me. Peace with me, peace before me, peace behind me, peace in me, peace beneath me, peace above me, peace on my right, peace on my left. Peace when I lie down, peace when I arise, peace when I take rest, peace to shield me. Christ with me, Christ before me, Christ behind me, Christ in me, Christ beneath me, Christ above me, Christ on my right, Christ on my left. Christ when I lie down, Christ when I arise, Christ when I take rest, Christ to shield me. Love with me, love before me, love behind me, love in me, love beneath me, love above me, love on my right, love on my left. Love when I lie down, Love when I arise, love when I take rest, love to shield me. Lord, make me a channel of your peace. Grant that I can see through my human pain and still feel loved. In the darkness,
Invite
let light be
light in.
found in there. Lord, make me a channel of your peace. We all need to learn to forgive a few more hundred times. Melt our hatred, let love take root in our hearts. Lord, make me a channel of your peace. Through my own pain and need, let me learn to understand. Reach through our sadness, let it be joy. Lord, make me a channel of your peace. Lord, make me a channel of your peace. Grant that I can see through my human pain and still feel loved. In the darkness, let light be found in there. Lord, make me a channel of your peace. We all need to learn to forgive a few more hundred times. melt our hatred, let love take root in our hearts. Lord, make me a channel of your peace.
I hope you have a good, peaceful heart right now. I do. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to try and remember how good I feel now. Soft heart, open heart. May it be filled with love. So I invited you to bring readings or poems or whatever on peace, and also invite you now to share those, or share, if you feel like it, share what you just wrote. What is the peace you long for? What is the peace you long for? And see that the purpose of this was to envision the good thing and not conjure up the terrible thing. Jen, you look like you're ready. Get your microphone there.
Okay, so this is what I wrote.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. What is the peace that you long for? Inner peace, not only for myself, but for everyone in the world. For I believe that world peace is only achievable when we find it within ourselves. I wish for us to all look past what divides us and embrace what unites us. I want everyone to trust each other, treat each other with the love and respect they desire themselves, and honor everyone's individuality, including their own.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Jen. Moose?
Didn't really know what these things were that I wrote. But I found out that if I wanted to write anything else, it fit under these four things. Clarity of communication, allowing others, and allowing me, remembering who I am, and letting go. All those things, I think, lead to my feelings of peace.
It's like Moose's 4 agreements.
Right.
Write yourself a book, honey, and get rich. Thank you, Moose.
Well, what is the peace you long for? And I said, I thought quietly about that, just took it for myself. And peace isn't something I long for. Rather, it is an inner core of being that I try to embrace with compassion and equanimity. With that light inside of me, I'll walk the world as it is.
I have this little book, 5 Minutes for World Peace Forever, and I think you're supposed to do like 90 days of doing this, which of course I've never done. I just sort of open it to pages.
And that's why here we are, right?
This is day 50. Peace is a lot like fertilizer. You have to spread it around to do any good. And the more places you spread it, the more likely any number of seeds will take root and grow. That's by Michael E. Miller, publishing executive. So each day has a little sort of affirmation. Today I will spread peace and love everywhere I go. Today I will smile more and say kind words to everyone I meet. Today I will make a conscious effort to like everyone, not just my loved ones.
Mhm. Yeah, not just the ones that it's easy to like, right? La, 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 la.
I have, in the last weeks, I have found peace in the deep gratitude I have for this community for offering me healing prayers. I feel that, and I know that I am truly benefiting from your love. Thank you, one and all.
Before I read my thing here, I just want to mention a very touching thing that I saw recently and talk about, the earworm. This is kind of a soul worm, I think. In Gaza, it's all rubble. There are still walls standing. And beside one of those smeared walls was a little boy, maybe 4 years old, completely alone, lost, and bent down like a beaten dog, scared, totally alone. And this man came up to him and took the little boy's hand and took him down the street. And the little boy is like, looks up at him very uncertainly, doesn't know what's going on, and he shows it. He's been through so much. And he walks him down the street, and the little boy begins to kind of loosen up a little bit. And then they cut to the end of the little story. And this man is handing him a big platter of food. And this little boy is just shining like an angel, looking at this platter of food. When we can get rid of scenes like that, we will finally have arrived. And they're all over the world in conflicts. World peace, but first, peace in my heart. Peace in America, but first, peace in my mind. Peace in my family, but first, peace in my soul. I long to be the peace I sense in the space between all things, which is everywhere to be found, the peace of pregnant creation.
Thank you for sharing this story, Larry.
So I kind of have a funny relationship with peace because I grew up in a family where I had a brother who was really loud and a bully, and there was a lot of keeping the peace. So when I hear peace, it brings up something for me in a way. Anyway, this is what I wrote. I did some reading and I didn't know, but there is a positive and a negative peace. A negative peace is the absence of conflict and war, similar to a ceasefire. A ceasefire would be a negative peace, and sometimes that's all you can get, right? But positive peace is the action of working toward justice and equality. Often in life, we accept a negative peace in an effort to, quote, keep the peace. Sometimes that is all that can be attained, but as much as possible, I long for the courage to make the good trouble necessary for a positive peace.
I wrote peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of soul. For peace of mind, the quiet and the settlings with what's happening daily. The peace of heart for your family, for your feels, and for your love. The peace of soul, doing God's work in my everyday. Appreciating Mother Earth, Father Sky, and knowing the actions and decisions we make today affect our tomorrows, and learning to live with those decisions without regret. Forgiveness for myself. Forgive me for my faults, my bad decisions. For me. Forgive myself for me. Forgive my parents. Forgive my son. Forgive me. Love more than hate. Be patient when things don't go my way. Find the serenity. Find the serenity in peace, in love, and in faith. Have faith that it will work out, even if it's not right now.
Thank you so much, Joanne. Hey, folks, I want to keep these, okay? Is that okay? Leave your little paper on the table or here, because there's a hole on top. I thought I might bind them and kind of have them be our little pebble treasure. So don't go home with yours. Was it Robin next? It's Robin. Oh, Dave. Dave got the mic.
For me, the ready avatar of peace is Nancy's dogs, Cookie and Levi, sitting in the sun. Peace, what I wrote was, peace would be me being the person I want to be.
The doggies are actually going, she got the best spot. She got more sun than I did. Now, who's that? Who's that in the right? Is that Levi? Okay, Levi's got the best spot. Okay.
I'll stand so I can see everybody. Too much light. I've listened and I've seen people who go out in the world and like the other Dave and create what they can as far as making the noise you need to make for real peace. And thank you for your words about that. I've just found in my own life that it's each person I'm lucky enough to stand in front of and be with. I think it's my experience of getting the training I got in psychology, but also in spirituality and my own relationship with the divine that I get to bring to the bedside of the people I get to be with and the families that love them and my incredible colleagues, and the Bills in my life. I have friends and this treasured group. But it's just the unknowns is the other part of it for me. I just need to find peace with the unknown in my life on the various, in the journey of love. Just peace with that unknown. And that means I need to lean on the divine. I just need to show up and be present with each person I'm with. And let the divine do what the divine does. Divine providence, divine providence. That's God's gig. It's not mine. So I think just loving that person in front of me by listening to them and asking questions and being silent with them and grieving with them and then joying in little Aurora last night for hours when I babysat her. It's like our whole relationship keeps on jumping to a new level, and I can focus on that when I need to let go of the unknowns. She's very clear. She says to me today, so I brought breakfast this morning after a long night with her last night, keeping her busy first while her parents went out for a rare time together to have a meal together. And then when they came back, they said, could you stay and keep her busy? So they didn't say it that way. Keep her busy so we can clean the house. I said, sure. This morning, she says to me, comes running around towards me. And we've been silly together for hours in the last 2 days. And she says, I love you. I said, I love you too. What more do we need? My hat's off to those who go out into the world and do the hard work. But I think I just have to do it room by room in the work I do and person by person.
I've said it before, but I think it'd be so great to have Robin by the bedside when I'm dying, right? Wouldn't that be the best?
So in answer to the question, what is the peace that I long for? I long for a world filled with compassion for all living beings. One where without hatred, without war. One where we accept our differences and learn from them. A world filled with love that embraces every living being. A world of true peace.
Peace in my case was driving in my car, and I do this on and off. I pick up somebody who is thumbing a ride on the side of the road. And of course we chat as we go towards both of our destinations. And I find that I learn a lot from that person. And as he gets off where he need be, and I continue on my path, it absorbs a good part of my path for a while until I go to my destination. I find that this connection leaves something behind me, which it is very joyful usually, even when they're explaining their problems with where they live. Sometimes they even say upon leaving, you know, I think I have seen what I need to see. So that's all I can say.
Oh, bless you, Andy. Bless you, bless you. I know. So prayers for Luna, everybody. Luna is Jeff and Roseanne's doggie with hepatitis, which is curable. So many prayers for Luna. Why are black dogs named Luna? I don't get that, but a black dog. Well, white makes sense. It means moon, right? But I don't get the black dog. But blessings on Luna and on you, Roseanne and Jeff. That's right. That could be a song. Could be a whole album, maybe. Right? Okay. Others, I'm loving this. Please leave your paper if you didn't. Oh, they went off without leaving. Oh, she did. Oh, good. All right, any other sharings? Any? Moose?
I'd like to share a quandary I'm in. I was in a supermarket this past week, and the woman, the checkout person, was talking to the person that she was waiting on. And at first I thought she was angry with her because she wasn't black skinned, but her face was black. Her feelings were black. And she was saying, I work so hard at this. And those two, they just go and walk around and do nothing. And my body's deteriorating because of this job. And she went on and on and on and repeated those same things over and over. And then when I got up to be waited on, she said the same things to me. And I didn't know what to say. And I said to her, well, I can offer you a smile. And the woman behind me immediately said, I can offer you a smile too. And her face did not change. She couldn't even accept that. And I struggle with, is there something I could have said or done, or should I have said or done? Or is it just none of my business? I just have kept that with me all week and wondered.
Can I add to that? Maybe what I have to say helps. People can only meet you as far as they met themselves. So don't blame yourself.
No, I know that. And I know that where she was kind of beyond reach. Yeah, yeah. I did say something like that, but
And I don't think it will be, what you said will not be lost. Maybe at some point, but the two people said, I can offer you a smile, and did smile and didn't see her.
Yeah.
Maybe it will, maybe sometime she'll be in a place where she can receive that.
And I just knew that all she has to do is let go of all those negative affirmations and turn them around and find something that she's grateful for, or find, say something positive to herself. It's what we do in the Intenders group. We state our gratitudes and we make our intentions, and our intentions are always positive to help us grow and to help us be happy. And she just seemed so far away from that and didn't know that. Anyway.
Rob, did you want to add?
I don't know. Do you know what her age was? Was she like 60s, 70s? Right. Well, years ago, I know my parents, they had a pension. So they were able to retire at age 62. And nowadays, people at 62 have to work till they're 67, 70, and they may not feel well. So our country is not supporting the elderly any longer. And if she didn't have a good 401k, she's forced to work. Social Security is not enough. So actually, that's one of the things I prayed for, was peace in the country. Like, our country is not supporting its people. And that woman is actually forced. She doesn't have any choices. So she's miserable because she can't see any other choices. Maybe she's not asking for help from God or faith.
Sure. Just yank it, it'll work.
I just want to say that you never know, we never know how far deep in pain that woman is. And to say, well, you know, she should come to the intenders or something. You know, it's easy to say, but in the depths of such pain, you know, it's a different reality. But I like what Roz says, you know, maybe what you said will come back when she can hear it. That's all. Do we have more
Sure.
time?
Just remember, if you slip out, please leave your little piece of paper on your chair or whatever.
So
But Dave was gonna read something. So if you can stay, let's continue listening. We'll continue listening for now. Dave?
you know what, it seems like
Maybe yeah.
seems like it ended.
But thank you, everyone. Anybody want to sing Peace Train? This is a different version with lots of people around the world. Let's watch it. Look at it, whatever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all. Peace Train, peace in your hearts. Carry it with you.
Now I've been happy lately, thinking about good things to come. And I believe it could be something good has begun.
Oh, I've been smiling lately, dreaming about the world as one. And I believe it could be someday it's gonna come.
'Cause I'm on the edge of darkness, there rides the peace train. Oh, peace train, take this country, come take me home again.
Now I've been smiling lately, thinking about the good things to come. And I believe it could be something good has begun. Peace train sounding louder, ride on the peace train. Jump upon the peace train.
Rendin chomtima arkidam banda seila de mangaron una de kadi fadi ma joni eto mandola ar abodam dam dam bunam dam wadadi ma una de fadi ma joni joni
Peace train sounding loud, glide on the peace train.
Oh, I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live in bliss? The peace train sounding loud, glide on the peace train. Come on, peace train. Peace train, holy road. Everyone jump upon the peace train. Come on, come on, come on.
Come on and ride on the peace train.
Come on, come on, come on. Let's come on, peace train.
Come on, come on, come on. Peace train.
Come on, join me. I'm jumping on the peace train.
peace train.
Peace train.